Glenn Bob,
Yes.
how's the preparation for the Christmas trip going on?
At the moment, work is in progress, but by tomorrow evening it should be done.
What do you like to say about Christmas?
Uh, Christmas, as everyone knows, is the season where God has showered His love on earth by giving His only Son in this world to save us from sin. And though this year is more about presents, Santa Claus, sweets, chocolates, food at home, and all, but the main reason is of Jesus being born in your hearts. Even though Christmas is celebrated over a period of 12 days or just a day in some countries, whenever Christ is born in your heart, even though it may be any day of the year, that day also can be a Christmas for each and every person.
It's been last many years you've been preparing for the creep. So how has your experience been and what do you like to say?
Uh, since I was small, I used to do the cribs with my dad, and slowly I started taking inspiration about it. So normally Christmas cribs would be the same everywhere I would go, so I would start adding new elements to it. Like I did my Christmas light and sound Christmas story with moving characters and people telling the stories with voice narrators and all, and the audience would come and enjoy the whole story. And simultaneously every year I started adding Bible passages from Old Testament and started linking them with the Christmas story, so that people come to know the real meaning of Christmas. What started 2000 years ago was started long before the earth was created. So that's the real meaning of Christmas.
How you got that idea to get into it, like innovative ideas every time?
It was already, I was very creative since I was a small kid, and I was very curious in knowing things. So one or the other things I would get from here and there and start to add things up. And simultaneously I started getting the ideas, and mostly reading most of the books, so not just the Bible, but out of it, Apocrypha or other religious books also are there, which have certain meanings about Christmas. Even Torah has, even Quran has, even Buddhist text has. So small linkages bring up together all the stuff.
Ancient stories are related to the creep, but nowadays the modern texture is getting into it.
Yes.
So how you like to say? What do you like to say on that?
Modern things are there for the crib, but the real meaning is they also are trying to bring the message to the world. It's not that everyone is just focusing on making the crib. Even though it's a modern technique or an old message which is there, they are refreshing it every year to bring that clear-cut message that Christ has to be born in your heart for Christmas.
Still, you are preparing for the creep. So what are things are remaining to be yet to complete?
At the moment, our crib is almost ready. Only two sceneries which we have done. We are focusing this year on parables of Christ. So this year we are doing the version of the parable of the 10 virgins, the 5 wise and the 5 foolish virgins, which were kicked out of the wedding feast, and the parable of the fishermen who caught the good fishes in the basket, and the good was separated and the bad was thrown away, as a meaning of the second coming of Christ in the future, that the good people will be collected and taken up to heaven and the bad people will be thrown out in the fire.
Right now there are few statues in the crib. So you like to say some of the shortest information about it?
So these are the statues on top. This is Angel Gabriel on top, revealing the message to God and to the people that the Savior of the world is born. This is Mother Mary, which was chosen by God to bear Jesus. And fun fact about Mother Mary is that at the age of 15, the angel Gabriel appeared to her, and by 16 she was pregnant. So at that, this information most of the people doesn't know. And this is Joseph, who was chosen for a husband, as a husband, with a selective trait that Saint Joseph has a garland or a lily flower on his stick. So that symbolizes when he was chosen to be taken to the temple, he was allowed to put his stick on the fire and it blossomed into flowers. So that way he was chosen as Mary's husband. Then this is the wise virgin who is waiting for the arrival of the bridegroom. This symbolizes that people nowadays, they are in a fast motion and panic everywhere. They don't wait. They get very tired of waiting. So this symbolizes that even though you have that grace, more grace is required. You must not get tired of like serving people and waiting for God will bless me one day that I am helping people and all. It should be done in humble way without getting anything back in return. So that's the message of that. Whereas of the fishermen, it's a clear-cut message that the good and the bad will be separated at the end of times when the judgment day will be done. So the resemblance here will be of the fishes instead of the people.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.